It's Dick here with today's LifeApp, and we're talking about change. I talked about it in a previous app, and probably I could spend 50 app sessions on change, because really change happens to us. Life is about change. You know, there's a story in Mark, the Gospel of Mark chapter 10 and verse 17 about a rich young ruler that comes to Jesus. You know, he says, Jesus, I've done this, I've done that. You know, he kind of talks about his life, which actually were commendable. And then he says, but what do I lack? And Jesus looked at him and said, are you really sincere about this? Of course, I'm paraphrasing as I say this. And he said, are you serious about this? The guy said, yeah, I am. He says, well, go sell all that you have, give everything that you have to the poor, come follow me. Jesus was actually allowing him to become one of his apostles, one of his disciples. Now, Mark, it says he went away sad at this word, for he had great possessions. Here's a quote that I read the other day from a man named Sidney Howard. Can't say I really know him, but here's what he said. One half of knowing what you want is knowing what you must give up before you get it. Isn't that interesting? One half of knowing what you want is knowing what you have to give up to get it. Joan and I experienced change that was very ruthlessly imposed on us. It was just a shock to us. And really, you know, a lot of people, it's the end of their lives for the way it is. I have to say that actually 3 years ago, and much earlier, 3.5 years ago, I was suicidal. I actually could not see my way out. But change is something that does produce fruit in us. We have to believe that. And we have to know that sometimes change imposes taking away from us before we get the new. So many people would like to hold on to what they got. Lord, give me something new, then I'll let go of the old. It doesn't work that way. We have to give up very often, step outside. I'm here with Feature Productions. Feature Productions is Steve Prankard and Chris Cook, plus some others in their company. But I remember a few years ago being in Ottawa, and Steve and Barb Prankard said to me, come and visit us at our home. And I said, oh, sure, yeah, that's great. We're in Ottawa, let's do that. No, we want you to come alone, just so we can talk to you. So, okay, all right. We went to their house and to the driver, just drop us off there. They'll take us over to the other place. So we visited with him. I will just condense what he had to say. He said, you know what? God is stirring our hearts. We just moved back from Lethbridge to Ottawa, but we feel God is saying to us to go back to Lethbridge. Something's going to happen in our lives in Lethbridge, and we need to be a part of it. Joan and I were rather shocked as we kind of looked at each other and said, really? Do you really mean this, Steve? Are you really willing to sacrifice that much to get into your destiny? And well, I have to tell you, there was never a shadow of a doubt in their faces or in their actions. Such a good illustration of what I'm talking about. You know what? You cannot go with the status quo. And secondly thing about change is this. It does not exist in an attitude or an atmosphere of negativity. Steve and Barb were absolutely convinced something positive is in their future. And you know what? It is. You should see the thing that they're doing today. Feature Productions is here with us today, and it was just a dream at one time. Now it's a reality with some of the best television equipment money can buy, and we're just so blessed to see them doing this, and it's only the beginning. Boy, Steve and Barb and Chris and Nikki have to be commended for taking the risks. See, they're examples of this very principle. Change may mean personal loss, but it positions your life for gain. Change also means greater commitment. I've watched these gentlemen from Feature Productions, and I've seen them go through some tough times. I've seen them look at each other without saying anything. Hey, I don't know where the money's coming from, or when accounts don't pay, and things of that nature. Well, you know, every business is like that. Every venture is like that. It takes a greater commitment. It may mean personal loss, but in the ultimate end, it will produce greater fruit. Positioning your life for greater productivity means embracing change is today's LifeApp.